Hi everybody, it's good to be back at school, and I just wanted to kind of encourage you guys for a little bit about the beginning of a school year. It can be a little bit difficult getting from not having a schedule, especially this year for 6 months, getting back into a schedule and getting the kids situated and ready to learn. But I just want to encourage you, it's going to be okay. There's going to be a little bit of a transition time, but peace, it's going to be okay, just one day at a time. I want to encourage you to maybe sit down either with your students or with your spouse and talk about your structure for the year. What are your expectations of your kids? Are you going to let them sleep till noon and get up and do school from 1 o'clock until 5 o'clock, or do you want them to get up at 9 and be done by 12:30? Or every homeschool is going to look different. So what is your schedule, your routine, and how does their homeschool fit into that routine? And just making sure that you make it a priority, because your child's education is a priority. And when you choose to homeschool, you're saying, I'm going to take this on and make sure that they're doing an awesome job, that they're making the progress that they need to make. And so the beginning of that is to have some structure, to have some schedule. At least that's how it was for me. I know there's those unschoolers out there. I'm not really familiar with that because I needed structure for my kids. I needed to know they were going to get up in the morning, they were going to have their breakfast, and then I even went as far as saying, this is your first subject, your second subject, your third subject, what time they started, how long they had for each subject. And I will say that your student doesn't need to be working on any subject for more than an hour. That would be math. Any other subject, 30 to 45 minutes, especially if they're a Hearts Academy student and they're doing homework on those alternate days, that's enough. And so you just would make a note, they did their 30 to 45 minutes and then had to move on, and you can make those accommodations with your tutors as well. You're the boss and you're the parent, and so you get to really have control of your child's education and make sure that you're setting time for them to do each of their subjects. You want to have the time, you want to have a place. Where are they going to do their homework that is not a distracting environment? It might be, changed up once in a while, but just making sure that they have the supplies that they need in that environment, pencils and papers and calculators and crayons and whatever your age student is, you're going to know what are the supplies that they need. You want to have those ready, because anytime that they have to get up from their seat to go get something is about 15 minutes lost. So make sure they have everything they need in one location, even if it's a caddy that they carry with them. Make sure that they have what they need for the location that they're going to study. And then consistency. Just they need to know what it is that you expect. They need to know ahead of time what their day is going to look like. If they wake up in the morning, they're like, I don't know. I haven't enjoyed that for the last 6 months. I want to know, I get up, I got to be to work by 8 o'clock, whatever it is. And your students will thrive in that kind of environment too, just to know, I get up and this is what I do. And then if I do my job well, I'll be done at such and such a time and get to do something fun. And so that's really important, that you have a schedule and that they know what to expect each day, that it's not just, haphazardly thrown about. We just squeeze a little math in when we can, a little science and a little history. Have a schedule, have set forth for them what they need to do, if it's their syllabus to print off in the morning or whatever it might be. It's important that they have that consistency and they know what to expect. And they may be whining right now, but if every day you're consistent about what you expect and what their school day looks like, then in a month you'll be saying, oh, thank you for sharing that with me, because they know what to expect. They're not going to argue with you anymore because you've enforced that this is what our homeschool days are going to look like. We're going to make sure we get our work done, and then we're going to have some fun. And homeschool can be that way. If you get your work done, you get to go have some fun. You get to learn some things outside of the curriculum. So have a start time. And then one more thing that I would say is have a break. So do a subject for a certain amount of time, of course, then in that subject, and physical exercise or a protein snack of some kind, a chore. It can be a chore because you have chores to do at home. Have them load the dishwasher, vacuum the floor. All of those things are actually good for them. And mopping, sweeping, picking up their clothes, helping with laundry. Those are good things that are for them, teach them some responsibility, but also just that physical activity is good for them and it reboots their brain. So you can do PE, or you can, have them do a chore and then come back and their brain is rebooted, they're fresh, they've had their snack, and they can do their next subject. Of course, you want to limit that. You don't want them to get so distracted. If they have 30 minutes off, it's going to be hard to get them refocused. So set your timer, about 10 minutes. All right, we're going to meet back here and start our next subject. So breaks are important, exercise important, healthy snacks are important, and make an end to your day. Don't drag school out. Just my tip. You may want to drag school out all day, but it's better if you can kind of say, let's start at 9 o'clock and be done by 12:30, or let's start by 1 o'clock and be done by, what would that be, 5 or 5:30? An average homeschool day is supposed to be an average of 4.5 hours a day. In our hybrid program, we have about 6 hours a day. And so on those other days, really about 3.5 hours of homework does it. And so if it's taking longer than that, then you might need to modify some things. But nonetheless, I hope that helps you and encourages you. If you have any questions or you'd like some more help, feel free to contact me at kcastle@heartsacademy.org. The email address may run across the screen here, and feel free to reach out to me and I'll be happy to help you. Thank you. We're gonna have a great year. I'll send you another tip next week.